It's your boy Who is Sendo, and we back talking sports. So I ain't talked about my Pistons in a while, but I kind of wanted to wait to the what's name end to the playoffs end and everything. But tonight I don't care about this Boston game, whether they win or lose. They're down by 21, so really don't care. I want to talk about who the Pistons need to go get this offseason and what I think we will be doing. You know what I'm saying? How good I think we can be now that we have what's going on now. So, number one, masterful season. Great season from the Pistons. Um, they did their thing. What's up, Cheyenne? And it was a wonderful season. But I think we could have went further than what we went, but it is what it is. Now, Pistons free agency. These are a couple of names that I think we should take a look at. You know what I'm saying? It says the Detroit Pistons season ended 2 weeks ago, and the landscape of the NBA's Eastern Conference is already shaping up to look different from when the Pistons were still playing. Rumors about the future of Milwaukee Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo are swirling, while Boston Celtics superstar Jason Tatum ruptured his right Achilles and faces a lengthy recovery process. Trajan Langdon, the Pistons president of basketball operations, addressed reporters last week and was firm in his position to stay patient and seek continuity within the Detroit roster. I love that from Trajan Langdon. He's not just going to trade for anybody. He's going to try to make sure that this is the right trade, like that it fits within the team. Landon wouldn't divulge his priorities regarding free agency. Still, he was transparent about one thing. Hypothetically, if Detroit decides to take any big swings on an all-star level player, it would be via trade as opposed to free agency. So we would be trading out instead of just signing a free agent. Assuming the Pistons renounce the rights to Dennis Schroeder, Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr., Paul Reed, and Lenny Waters contracts, barring the trade, the franchise will have roughly $25 million in salary cap space available, along with exceptions and minimums to retool its roster. Though that number would decrease if Cade Cunningham is named to an All-NBA team. So it's going to decrease anyways because Cade Cunningham is making an All-NBA team. The list operates under the pretense that the Pistons may prioritize another frontcourt player with size this season. Though a couple of backcourt players are noted, here are 8 players the Pistons could target in free agency this summer, ordered from best to worst fit. Yes, says Naz Reid, who was on a player option. He can opt in for $15 million, 14.2 points on 46% shooting. What's up, Chris? Pistons players, this is why he's a great option for us, Naz Reid. Pistons players to play at least 35 games. Only Cade and Beasley average more points than Reid, who played less than 30 minutes a game. Beasley and Marcus Sasser were the only two that have a higher three-point percentage. So Naz Reid is definitely a great thing. He said Reid will present Detroit with bench depth with the upcoming season and a starting power forward, which we need. Honestly, Naz Reid probably could start and Tobias come off the bench. Or, you know what I'm saying? Naz Reid can come off the bench. Either or. With the ability to stretch the floor for Cunningham, he's a 3-level scorer with a coveted skill set. That's facts. Bobby Portis, he has a player option. I think that's another good one. He's a little bit older. I would prefer Naz Reid because he's about 4 years younger. He's 26. He's kind of more along the line. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we already got Tobias, who's 30 plus. You know what I'm saying? We got Tobias over there. Then we got Schroeder, who's a vet. You know what I'm saying? I would prefer like Nas Reed, but Bobby Portis is another one. He has a player option next year. I think he would be good. I think anybody at the power forward position, like a Bobby Portis or a Nas Reed, would be good for us. Because we either need a backup power forward or a starting power forward. And these two could start or they can come off the bench for us. Facts. Facts, Shift God. Like, on God. Portis has been known to be a spark plug off the bench and consistently energize the crowd as fires reform, a quality that will make him enduring to the Detroit community. His numbers are not far off from Reed's, though Portis is 4 years older, like I said, and managed his numbers in 2 fewer minutes. Portis missed, yeah, of course. He's a stretch four. The evidence is the 3.38% 3-point shooting for his career. This is another good one, but I don't know. Santi Aldama. I ain't know too much about Santi Aldama until I start watching the Grizzlies a little more. He's he about 6'10", 6'11". He's more of a stretch four though. He's not really like he's not even really built like a four, to be honest, bro. But he would give us shooting for sure. He would give us shooting for sure. But he's 6'11". But I'm not really too high on that. This one I do like. Caris LeVert. I do like that one, even though he's a lot older. I do like Caris LeVert. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we just talked about Nas Reed and Bobby Portis. Shift guy. We just talked about them. That was the first two on the list. Nas Reed is number one. That's my number one pick. Nas Reed is one. Bobby Portis is two. Then they got Santi Aldama. I don't really care for that one. Caris LeVert, I do like that one. You know what I'm saying? They had Cam Thomas. He's a ball stopper though. You know what I'm saying? But he does get buckets though. Like Cam Thomas, he wouldn't have to do nothing but shoot, bro. He wouldn't have to do nothing but shoot. Then we got Quentin Grimes. We don't need more guards. We need like my boy Shift guy said, we need athletic four, wing, maybe. And Steven Adams is another one. Adams would be great in my opinion, bro. In my opinion, he could be the third big man behind Duren and Stewart. You know what I'm saying? And he's a amazing rebounder, bro. Amazing rebounder, bro. He will be the rebounder that maybe Duren isn't yet. But Duren literally gets rebounds though. But Steven Adams can help us again. Or nigga, we could put Steven Adams at the 5 and put Duren at the 4. If you know what I'm saying? Let's say Duren is in foul trouble or something like that. We could put Steven Adams at the 5 and put Duren at the 4 if Stewart is in foul trouble. Like, we really only need rebounding and defense and rim protection from Steven Adams. Like, for real. And putbacks, bro. For real. That would be so fucking amazing for our team, bro. But yeah, these is the eight free agents that the Pistons should probably look into. I thought this was a good article. Actually, a couple of good players. Honestly, the only realistic ones I think that would really fit us is Nas Reed, Bobby Portis, and maybe Steven Adams. I think those three. Jabari Smith Jr., that's another good young piece. Personally, I think we should take a look at Jonathan Kuminga. You know, Kuminga, I think, could work well. He's basically like a souped up. He's like a. How can I put this? Kuminga is like, how can I put it? Kuminga is Ron Holland, but like souped up, like a little more developed. I think Ron Holland can be what Kuminga is now. You know what I'm saying? But These are some of the guys I think that we should definitely go and look at. Definitely some guys I think that we should look at. Also, I think the Pistons will win 50 games next year. You can stamp that here. I can't wait for the offseason because I know we're going to be making some moves. And this offseason, I will be back doing my reactions. So we're going to keep this up, though. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that join button. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. This has been Detroit Basketball, the offseason, episode 1. And we're going to keep this going, man. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everybody in here, though. Shout out my boy, Shift God. Matter of fact, bro, Shift God, my bad, my boy. I got to give you one of the moderators. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. Moderator, Shift God. I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Peace.